Hey everybody, Max Kevin here. It's Little Guida Podcast, not too long. Are you guys enjoying your Saturday? Even though it might not be Saturday yet, or it might be Monday by the time you listen to this, but it's a Saturday over here in Japan. I had a nice work week, just went to my job, taught the kids English. Just be like, okay kids, this is a verb. Okay? This is a noun. This is a goddamn kill me, anyway, had a decent week, Some of these students don't want to study at all, even though they're in university, so it's challenging, I don't know if you guys ever seen that South Park where Cartman's trying to teach a class, and he's like, how can I get through these kids, It's kind of like that. It's kind of, I've been thinking about that, it's like, how can I get through these kids and make them speak English, I've been thinking about ways to, improve my teaching ability, I guess. And I guess that's what life's about, You got to improve every day, You got to exercise, you got to study. You got to improve your English teaching skills, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do, Anyway, I had to go to the city office today. So I'm moving. I'm moving in a couple weeks here. So my lady friend, she told me I gotta go change the address, Of course, she's busy today doing something, I don't know. She's going to a baseball game or something. Yeah, she fucking watches 6 baseball games this week. She watches 6 baseball games this week. She's like a big baseball fan over here, And her favorite team's in town this week. They're playing 6 games, and she bought tickets to all of them. Like, Jesus Christ, 6 games, like... I mean, I like baseball and everything, but I think the most I can do is like 3 games a year. Maybe 6 games a week. That's kind of too much for me. So anyway, she's off watching a baseball game there. So she's like, okay, you gotta go to this. You gotta go to the city hall by yourself. And because I'm gonna be watching a baseball game. You gotta change your address, and also you gotta update your My Number card. They got this thing called the My Number card over here in Japan. It's like the Social Security card, basically. It's kind of like that, Mine expired yesterday, and I got to renew it. So she's like, "Yeah, don't worry. If you wait longer, you have to pay $10 to renew it. But since it's just one day after, since it's on the weekend, it'll be free. So you better go tomorrow. You better go today. Otherwise, you got to pay the $10. I'm like, all right. Well, if I'm renewing this card, don't I need a picture? And she's like, nope, you don't need it. Just go there, give them the card. They'll update it with the new one. I'm like, all right, well. And then she goes to her baseball game there, So I walk over there, a little 30-minute walk, no big deal. I got to work on my cardio, dude. I got to work on my cardio and enjoy the Japanese scenery, the Japanese spring. Actually, they kind of have these cool bushes that have all these pink flowers right now. So like you walk out on the streets. All the bushes have flowers. Like, what's up, flowers on the bush? What are you doing, dude? I'm just walking here, dude. Anyway, so I get to the office there. And I look at the door. The door's closed. The door, and there's a sign on it. It's like, sorry, we're closed for today. We close at 12 o'clock. And I look at my watch, and it's like, it's 11:50. I'm like, God damn it, 10 more minutes. You can't close the doors early. This is fucking bullshit, dude. Then I walked around the building. There's another entrance. You can go in there. That was good. That would have been a bummer if I walked 30 minutes, 1 hour round trip there, and I couldn't even do it, So I found the other entrance there. I go to the Uketsuke, which is the reception, There's these 2 old men just sitting there, doing nothing, collecting government paychecks, I'm like, hi, yeah, I want to renew my Number card. And the one guy's like, okay, I'll show you, So he gets up and walks me over to the place, And that was very nice of him. He could have just pointed, American style, but he got up and walked me over there, Got me the little ticket thing, And he probably didn't have a shit to do, He was probably just sitting there bored all day. That's probably why he did that, But anyway, there was 40 people in front of me, So I was sitting there. I was like the last person to arrive, Like my number was like 76, and I think there was 2 people. There's 2 people behind me, but there's 40 people in front of me, So I had to wait for that. So I go there and I give them my forms, and the lady's like, okay, write your name here, write the date here, and she's like, oh, okay, you're moving, right? And what's the name of the person you're living with, right? And like at that moment, like I couldn't remember I couldn't remember my girlfriend's name. I was like, wait, what is her name? The thing, because her last name's Kawakami, right? And it's Kawakami, and like, there's also Kawasaki here in Japan, and like the new place I'm living, it's in Kanagawa Kuso. I'm like, and like all these people are talking Japanese around me, and I'm like, where? What am I doing? Who's her name? I think her name's Stephanie. Anyway, that was a little funny moment there. Anyway, yeah, it turns out I had to pay the 1,000 yen. Turns out they didn't care. There was, the lady's like, oh, it's one day. Oh, Moshiwaki, because I'm a Senga. She's like, oh, I'm really sorry about this, but you have to pay 1,000 yen because you're 1 day late, you son of a bitch. Plus your goddamn foreigner. So I had to pay 1,000 yen there. She's like, oh, do you have a picture too? We need a new picture. And I'm just like, well, I did bring a picture because I was pretty sure my girlfriend was wrong about that. So even though she told me I didn't need one, I brought one anyway because I come prepared. So I gave the lady the picture. Anyway, I should be getting my new card in a couple weeks here. When we move, they said they'd mail it to the new address, but we're not actually moving until like the 20th, like 3 more weeks. So hopefully some porch, what do they call those things? The porch divers, the porch thieves. The people that steal the packages off your porch. What are those things called? The Porch Pirates. Hopefully no one does a porch pirate in my mailbox and takes my card and pretends to be me and gets my social security number, with my face on it, Anyway, enough about that. Of course, so we got the comedy club, Tokyo Comedy Bar, opening up next week. There's the first official, or not, it's not official show, but it's like the first, little pre-show, little test show. They're doing a little cutie test show, just like with the comedians and friends. Comedians and friends. It's open to the public, but we're not really advertising it because it's just a little test show open to comedians and friends, and everyone can come and have a fun time, And so anyway, I signed up for that there, and I get the email. I get the email with the list of performers there, and well, I'm not on it. I'm just like, oh, okay, dude. All right, bro. And I took a little look at the list. I took a little look at the list there, and I realized that the cuts weren't made due to how funny people were. So I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about that. They obviously were not discerning based on how funny people are, and it might just be the guy who made the list. I haven't seen him for a while, so maybe he forgot who I am. I don't know, maybe. Anywho, pretty pissed off about that, not on the list, fucking bullshit, dude. Goddamn bullshit, And, of course, because they have like 25 performers, And there's really only 50 comedians. There's 50 of us. So that's half the, and I was looking at the list of comedians, the 50 of them, and like 15 of them don't even live in Japan anymore, So really there's like 35. There's really only like 35 comedians, And well, 25. I don't know if every single one of them signed up for this thing, but only 25 of them made the list. I'm looking at the thing, and it's like, yeah, every performer gets 5 minutes. Like, hey, well, why don't you just give every performer 3 minutes? How about you just do that so everybody can come and have a good time and enjoy the opening of the historic comedy bar in Tokyo? Anyway, I'm not upset about this at all. Really, I'm not upset at all. It's could just get everyone 3 minutes. That would have been. But there's a couple decisions they're making there, like the open mics on Mondays. They're gonna be charging like $10 cover fee for that, and like have people do 5 minutes. And I'm just thinking like, I don't know about that. Probably make a free entry, maybe make a happy hour, because as I've said before on this podcast, listening to open mics is like sucking big sweaty hairy balls, And if you've ever been sucking on big sweaty hairy balls and you're not gay or nothing, you don't actually like it. If you're a straight male and you're forced to suck on big sweaty hairy balls of an Armenian man, time goes slowly. Time goes quite slowly, and that's what it's like to listen to open mic comedy. It's like you're a straight male sucking on the sweaty hairy balls of a 76-year-old Armenian man with lots of hair. So anyway, I don't know why they're making the open mics 5 minutes. Probably just make those 3 minutes, because that way we can get more comedians. No one will be cut, and maybe make a happy hour so we can get some people in there too. That'll be good, because that's kind of the whole point of having open mics is so you can test your jokes in front of a large audience. If no one shows up, because it's Monday night. going to be hard to test the jokes there. But anyway, it's not my business, so, I don't know. They probably don't care about my opinion, And I'm sure they don't listen to this anyway, this podcast anyway, so it doesn't matter, anyway. So hopefully they'll be successful there, and put me on some shows. Put me on some shows, even though I didn't make the cut to the pre-open show that doesn't even matter, that fucking no one's even coming to. Anyway, I'm not upset. Not upset about that. Not upset about that. Not upset about that. I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about that. Anyway, let's see. We got some fights. We got some fights tomorrow. Probably the most boring card I've ever seen in UFC. Like the headlining fight is Jessica Andrade versus Amanda Lemos. Amanda Lemons, I think is her name is. Apparently her name, maybe her ancestors grew a bunch of lemon trees and made lemonade, and they just decided to drop the M's, so her name's Lemos, Amanda Lemos, She's got a pretty good record. She's 11-1, But actually, if you've ever seen her fight, she's not very good at all, to be honest. And this is my opinion. No, I think she fought Angela Hill to a decision there, and I don't know. I don't think she, especially, there's always levels and tiers with the UFC there, and of course with the women's division, there's it's even bigger tiers. There's like 2 or 3 girls that are just way ahead of everyone else. And of course Jessica Andrade, she's tier 2. She's not tier 1. I'd say she's like tiered at 115. She's like tier 1.5. She's not quite as I think she could be good. She could win. It's possible for her to win, as she beat Rose Namajunas. I think if she fought like Joanna Jędrzejczyk or the Chinese girl, I think she'd probably lose, but she's got a chance. She's got a fighting chance. And basically the rest of the girls, they got no chance at all. And I think Amanda Lemons, I think Amanda Lemon and Limes, I don't know. I think she's tier 2. She might be better than some of the other girls that suck ass, but I don't think she's that good. So I think Andrade is going to take that one. Andrade is going to take that one. Of course, we also got Clay Guida fighting 40-year-old man. 40-year-old man fights at 155. he's fighting this dude. He's 26 years old, so it's a 40-year-old man versus a 26-year-old young rapscallion, right? And Clay Guida is favorited. He's like the 26-year-old guy is like plus 200. Clay Guida is the favorite. I couldn't believe it. I was looking at that. It's like, how bad does this other dude suck? How bad does this kid suck? He's got to be super bad, because Clay Guida, he was never great. His whole thing was like he had a lot of good cardio and like a super big chin, So basically he just beat on the other guys and they'd beat on him, and the other guys would get tired first, and then he'd win, That's his strategy. But now he's an old man, He's a 40-year-old man fighting at 135 or 155, So. I think there was a couple fights ago where I thought he was going to lose too, and he actually won. I couldn't believe it. The other guy got so tired. That's how he won that one fight. Is the one guy got tired of beating on his face, and then Clay Guida submitted him or something. So anyway, I bet on the other guy. I don't know anything about him, but he's 26 years old. Unless he's fucking terrible, he should be able to beat him. He should be able to beat Clay Guida. I hope so. If not, I'm out $10. Speaking of which, I haven't made a podcast since last week. I lost my $10 that I bet on, Luque. I can't believe fucking Luque lost that fight, man. That was fucking bullshit, dude. Luque versus, Bilal, I'm definitely Muslim Muhammad. I couldn't believe that, man. I mean, Luque, he knocked him out before 5 years ago. What happened? I don't understand. How did he, like, this whole fight, like, he couldn't, for some reason, he couldn't hit him. He just, like, all you got to do is move to the left and right, and then Luque has no weapons against you. I just didn't get it, man. That whole fight was so frustrating. I'm just watching. I'm like, Luque, why are you not trying to punch him? I don't understand. Why are you just standing there doing nothing? He just totally froze up. I don't know. I guess he was afraid of getting taken down. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, Luque has decent jiu-jitsu and shit, but it's just like, I don't know, man. He just had a shit night, I guess. I feel like I was thinking Luque might one day be champion, but now, man, I don't know. He had a fucking terrible fight. I can't believe Bilal Muhammad won that fight, man. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it, even though I already saw it happen. I can't believe my eyes. Oh, anyway, I think that's it for today. Thanks. How about I do? Thanks for listening. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.